Did you realize that some seemingly innocent foods can become significant health hazards if they're not stored properly? We're focusing on avoiding processed foods and those laden with preservatives. I'm discussing natural foods, which many think they're safeguarding by storing them in the fridge. However, this may actually be producing harmful toxins, depleting essential nutrients, and potentially heightening the risk of diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and metabolic disorders. Have you ever kept raw potatoes in the fridge, believing they would stay fresh for a longer time? What about that overripe tomato? What about the bread you store in the fridge to prevent it from spoiling? In reality, all of that might be causing more damage than benefit. In this video, discover the surprising impacts of refrigeration on these foods and learn how to safeguard your health effectively. Greetings, I'm Kenji Oshiro, and welcome to Senior Health. Join us today to ensure you receive invaluable tips that have the potential to transform your life. Let's cut to the chase. One common error that countless individuals commit daily is keeping raw potatoes in the refrigerator. It appears to be a sensible decision, doesn't it? Ultimately, cold is the key to preservation. However, when it comes to potatoes, the situation is quite different. When potatoes are chilled in the fridge, their starch converts to sugar at an accelerated rate. This is precisely where the issue begins. When that potato is baked or fried at high temperatures, the sugar interacts with amino acids, resulting in the formation of a toxic compound known as acrylamide. Acrylamide is a compound that research has associated with a heightened risk of ovarian, esophageal, kidney, and even endometrial cancer. Have you ever come across a potato that's excessively golden, delightfully crispy, or even sporting some burnt patches? The beloved crispy crust that so many enjoy is packed with these harmful substances. Even if the potato seems perfectly cooked and shows no signs of burning, the reality is that if it was refrigerated prior to cooking, the acrylamide levels can significantly increase, even if the taste remains unaffected. However, the journey continues. Excess humidity in the fridge creates an ideal environment for mold, bacteria, and fungi to thrive. In addition to its toxicity, the potato has a tendency to spoil more quickly. It becomes soft, takes on a darker hue, and ultimately finds its way to the trash. What steps should you take next? Storing potatoes. The traditional way is truly the most effective method. Store in a dry, well-ventilated area away from light, ideally in a basket or cloth bag, and avoid using plastic bags. Whenever you can, enjoy them with the skin on. It effectively manages blood sugar fluctuations. Additionally, it's important to steer clear of temperatures exceeding 180 degrees Celsius while cooking. Listen closely, as the next error is even more prevalent. Keep your tomatoes fresh by storing them in the fridge. Absolutely. The refrigerator drawer frequently overflows with them. However, what many may not realize is that cold temperatures can harm the internal membranes of tomatoes, impacting their texture, flavor, and, most importantly, their nutritional value. Placing a tomato in the fridge halts its natural ripening process. This ripening process amplifies the effectiveness of a potent antioxidant known as lycopene. Lycopene offers remarkable protection against premature aging, cardiovascular diseases, inflammation, and even specific types of cancer. It aids in minimizing cellular oxidation, which is the body's subtle form of rusting. Refrigerating a tomato hinders the effectiveness of its antioxidants. Let's not overlook the texture. Who hasn't experienced the disappointment of sinking their teeth into a cold, watery tomato that just doesn't taste right? The cold is wreaking havoc on the fruit's structure from within. Finding the answer is straightforward. Keep tomatoes outside the refrigerator, nestled in a breathable basket, and shielded from direct sunlight. Here's a valuable tip for you. To accelerate the ripening process of a green tomato, simply position it close to a banana or an apple. These fruits emit ethylene, a natural agent that speeds up the ripening process. Avoid consuming tomatoes that have any green parts. These contain solanine, a compound that may be harmful. Now, let's shift our focus to the third most frequent error regarding bread. Keeping bread in the fridge, believing it safeguards against mold. This piece is timeless. Cold speeds up moisture loss in bread and disrupts its internal structure. The outcome is a tough, stale loaf devoid of any enticing aroma or taste. And if it's whole grain or naturally fermented, it becomes even more problematic. Additionally, the humidity in the fridge can produce results contrary to your intentions. Rather than stopping mold, it encourages its development. Absolutely. While the interior of a refrigerator might appear dry, it's important to note that a significant amount of humidity is at play, accelerating the growth of mold. What's the best way to store bread for maximum freshness? For optimal freshness within 2 days, store it in an airtight container or cloth bag, ensuring it's kept away from light and humidity. If you're looking to keep it for an extended period, simply freeze it. Absolutely, freezing bread is the most effective method to maintain its nutrients and prevent waste. But wait, there's even more. Freezing bread and then heating it in a toaster, oven, or skillet transforms it into a source of resistant starch. This unique fiber enhances digestion, stabilizes blood sugar levels, and nourishes your gut microbiota. Before we dive into the next foods that are often stored incorrectly and could be jeopardizing your health, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you typically keep any of these 3 foods in the fridge? Have you ever come across acrylamide? Let's dive into part 2 now. Have you ever placed a green avocado in the fridge, believing it would keep it fresher for longer? Be aware that this widespread habit can entirely compromise the texture, flavor, and nutritional value of one of the healthiest fruits available. Avocados are particularly vulnerable to cold temperatures, especially in their unripe state. Refrigerating them too soon deactivates the enzymes that facilitate their natural ripening process. The outcome is a fruit that boasts a tough exterior, a fibrous interior, dark spots, a bitter flavor, and a reduced level of active compounds. Many are unaware that this timing error can hinder the avocado from achieving its maximum potential. It diminishes some of its beneficial fats, fibers that support gut health, and antioxidants crucial for heart and brain wellness. Allow the avocado to ripen at room temperature outside the fridge for the best results. Discover a simple technique to accelerate your progress. Put the avocado in a paper bag alongside a banana or an apple. These fruits emit ethylene, a natural gas that triggers the ripening process. In just a day or 2, you'll have a perfectly ripe avocado ready to enjoy. If the fruit is ripe, you can keep it in the fridge. But remember, it should only stay there for up to 2 days. To keep it fresh, simply store it with a few drops of lemon juice or a slice of lime placed over the pulp. This safeguards against oxidation, ensuring that the color remains vibrant and the flavor stays fresh for an extended period. If you're certain you won't need it in the coming days, go ahead and freeze it. Frozen avocado is packed with nutrition, making it an excellent choice for sauces, spreads, or guacamole. This method allows for storage of up to 6 months. Listen closely, because what comes next is one of the globe's most popular foods, often stored in all the wrong ways. The banana. Many individuals make the common error of tossing bananas into the fridge right after returning from the market. The peel of a banana is highly susceptible to cold temperatures. Once refrigerated, it begins to darken rapidly, even while the flesh remains perfectly fine. This process focuses not on ripening, but rather on the breakdown of natural pigments. The impact inside is even more pronounced. Chilling temperatures transform the banana's texture, resulting in a mealy consistency, a shift in flavor, and a reduction in bioavailable nutrients. However, there's a crucial detail to consider. As bananas ripen, their glycemic index increases. This results in a rapid release of sugar into the bloodstream, leading to spikes in both glucose and insulin levels. This fosters cravings, leads to fat storage, and over time may elevate the risk of conditions such as insulin resistance, diabetes, and even specific forms of cancer. The ideal way to enjoy a banana is when it reaches the perfect stage. A vibrant yellow peel, free from dark spots or overly soft patches. For optimal storage, steer clear of cold temperatures and follow these steps. Cover the stems using aluminum foil or plastic wrap. This process effectively reduces ethylene release and postpones natural ripening, ensuring the fruit remains fresh for an extended period. If you're looking to freeze ripe bananas and prevent waste, that's a fantastic idea. Peel, slice, and store in containers or freezer bags for later use in smoothies, pancakes, or nutritious desserts. We have reached a crucial moment. A potent food that, when not stored properly, can pose significant health hazards: garlic. Indeed, garlic, celebrated for its remarkable medicinal benefits, can significantly diminish in potency when stored in the refrigerator. Moreover, in specific circumstances, it can actually encourage the proliferation of harmful bacteria. Let's analyze it step by step. Storing raw garlic in the fridge, particularly when it's chopped or peeled, can trigger early sprouting due to the cold environment. The emergence of green shoots from the cloves signals a shift in the garlic's metabolism. This diminishes the presence of allicin, the key active compound in garlic, which is crucial for its anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, and protective benefits for the heart and brain. The real issue arises when individuals prepare that homemade blend of chopped garlic and olive oil, store it in a jar, and leave it sitting at room temperature. It appears to be a sensible choice, doesn't it? However, it poses significant risks. This combination fosters an ideal setting for the proliferation of Clostridium botulinum, the bacterium responsible for botulism, a severe illness that can impact the nervous system, induce paralysis, and, in extreme instances, result in death. What steps should you take next? Keep whole garlic in its peel stored in a dry, cool, and well-ventilated area away from direct sunlight. For a convenient and risk-free way to keep chopped garlic ready for use, simply freeze it. Simply chop, portion into molds or bags, and store in the freezer for future use. By doing this, you maintain the taste, benefits, and security. We've arrived at the last item on our list, and it might just be the most unexpected one. Honey. For years, honey has been regarded as a more wholesome choice compared to sugar. Indeed, it boasts natural compounds that offer anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and antioxidant benefits. However, improper storage can lead to wasted resources or even potential risks. One frequent error is keeping honey in the refrigerator. A lot of individuals believe this method enhances preservation. However, the contrary occurs. When temperatures drop, a fascinating transformation occurs known as crystallization, where the natural sugars in honey begin to separate from the water. This results in a grainy texture, an opaque appearance, increased hardness, and challenges in usability. Let's address the issue at hand. When people encounter crystallized honey, they often assume it's gone bad. They attempt to remedy the situation in the least effective manner, resorting to the microwave or directly heating it in a pan. Heating honey above 40 degrees Celsius significantly diminishes its valuable enzymes and antioxidants. In simpler terms, it diminishes in its healing effectiveness. The optimal method for storing honey is straightforward. Keep it at room temperature in a securely sealed jar, away from sunlight and moisture. By doing so, you maintain its authentic texture, enticing aroma, and valuable benefits. However, this is an essential aspect to consider. While honey is a natural product, it is packed with sugar. Excessive consumption poses risks comparable to those of refined sugar. This substance elevates blood sugar levels, burdens the pancreas, boosts triglyceride levels, and may lead to fat buildup in the liver, along with chronic inflammation. Honey is not just an innocent food choice. It's undeniably powerful, but it should be approached with caution, much like medicine, used in moderation. A teaspoon taken once or twice daily may offer benefits in certain situations, such as for colds or sore throats. However, relying on it as a daily sugar substitute in all your meals may lead to results contrary to your expectations. While honey may seem like a healthier alternative to sugar, it's important to approach it with caution. Ultimately, when taken in excess, your body will respond similarly. Elevated insulin levels lead to increased hunger, accumulation of abdominal fat, and a greater likelihood of metabolic disorders. Let's summarize the 7 foods that you should avoid keeping in the fridge. Uncooked potatoes. Acrylamide emerges as a potential carcinogen in their presence. Fresh, vibrant tomatoes. They diminish in flavor, texture, and antioxidants such as lycopene. Artisan bread. It becomes dry, diminishes its qualities, and encourages mold growth. Avocados. When stored in a green state, ripening halts, resulting in a loss of nutrients. Deliciously versatile, bananas are a staple fruit that can elevate any dish or snack. Their natural sweetness and creamy texture make them a favorite for smoothies, desserts, or simply enjoyed on their own. Packed with nutrients, they are not just tasty, but also a healthy choice for any time of day. They undergo a transformation, altering their flavor profile and elevating their glycemic index. Garlic. It has the potential to sprout, lose its allicin, and even lead to botulism if not stored correctly. Sweetheart. It solidifies in low temperatures and diminishes its qualities when exposed to excessive heat. Don't be too hard on yourself if you've encountered one or more of these missteps. Many individuals believe they are prioritizing their well-being by doing this. Now that you're aware of the truth, making a few simple adjustments can significantly enhance the protection of your food and your health. Before we dive in, I'd be curious to hear where you're tuning in from today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and don't hesitate to ask any questions you might have. Be sure to click that subscribe button and enable notifications to stay updated with the top health tips from Senior Health. If you're tuning in at this moment, I want to hear that you're right here with me. Drop a 1 in the comments if this video resonates with you. Enter 0 if the answer is no. Share with me in the